Good morning, beautiful people of the world. Good morning. It is Wednesday, what's the date? 17th? September 17th, I think. Yes, September 17th, 2025. How you guys doing this morning, this afternoon, this evening, the next day? Whenever you look at this video, how you guys doing today? Good morning to you and you and you and you. Come on down. Okay. All right, you guys. Good morning. How's everybody today? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing swell. Hope that this video finds you in good health and prosperity. Oh, well, we got 2 more to go. I don't know about you all, but it seems to me as if the weeks are flying by. Is it just me? Or do you feel the same? I mean, think about it. Christmas is tomorrow. Christmas is tomorrow. Y'all know Christmas will be here like, damn. Once you get to Thanksgiving, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I haven't even thought about Christmas, and I haven't even thought about Christmas as far as Christmas shopping, Christmas decorations. Ooh, I don't even know if I'm gonna do all that I have done. I don't know, y'all. I just don't know. I probably will, more than likely. But I'm just saying. I left out a little later than I normally do. Just be trying to leave at 5:30. It's 5:42. My coworker said yesterday, why you get here so early? You be here so early. Yep, I sure do. One, because I'm hoping that they'll see, oh, she's here early. Let's change her hours. You might as well, for real. Seriously, you might as well. I personally, I know people don't understand it, but I'm not the type of person that like to rush in to work and just start working. I don't like to do that. That's just me. I don't know how other people feel or how other people are. Okay, so let me tell you about the ear. It's hurting. It's tight. It doesn't feel as tight as it did yesterday morning, but all of this hurts. All of this over here hurt. From my earlobe here, everything hurts. It's aching and throbbing. Yeah. I took some leave last night before I went to bed so that I would not wake up with a lot of pain and that I would not wake up with the ear stuff. Another thing, my ear is itching like crazy. I have never, ever wanted to go to the doctor as badly as I want to go tomorrow. My doctor's appointment is tomorrow at 5 p.m. So I'm so excited about going to the doctor for her to just look down in it because it's itching like crazy. Ooh. So you see me doing this a lot. I'm scratching it because it itched so bad. I don't know what that means. My mother said it's healing. Okay. It should have been healed. But anywho, it does itch. It itches a lot. I didn't put the drops in. I didn't do any of that. The drops have done nothing. So nothing has worked. The antibiotics, nothing. So I feel like it's a bigger problem than just a just the regular sinus ear infection thingy that I had going on, you know. It hurts all down here in my jaw. And it's not normal to still be going through what I'm going through. It's just not normal. And I know you know that, because we know that ear infections don't take that long to clear up. They just don't. So it's another problem. And who knows what the problem is? Who knows? You know, who knows? I've thought about all kinds of stuff, like, do I have a tumor in my ear? Do I have cancer? You know, I mean, I didn't gonna have to put some tubes down in my ear. I mean, I've thought of everything. But you know, I'm trusting and believing in God. My mother prayed over my ear yesterday, and she was like, you know, you healed. You got to keep believing you healed. And I do. But I'm nervous, and I'm concerned, and it's upsetting to me, you know, because nothing that I have done, and they have not done anything. These doctors ain't did nothing. And I'm gonna go in there tomorrow and tell her, you got to do something. I'm suffering. You know, I'm a really make it be what it be, because this is just too long. It's just too long. It's too long. It's just too long. So I'm looking forward to going to the doctor. And I'm one of those people that I don't like to go to the doctor. I go and I do my lab work, and I do pretty much what the doctor tells me to do. I need to ask her about, you know, possibly putting some different words in my chart so I can get on this weight loss drug, Wegovy or Zepbound, because I'm drinking the water. I have it tomorrow. And for those of you that are doing the water challenge, I do have it. And I am still drinking the water. And, you know, then they told me that I had gout, you know. Like I said, I just, these people out here are nuts. They drive all these big, beautiful trucks and SUVs and don't give a damn about tearing them up. Why are you flying like that? Why? Anyway, what was I going to say? I was going to say something to y'all. I struggle getting these eyelashes on today. Now, here's the interesting thing. You know, normally I told y'all that the eyelash glue would break my eyes out, would make my eyelids swell up. It ain't did that in 2 weeks. And I've been wearing putting the eyelashes on every day. No problem. I'm telling y'all, my body is weird. Sometimes I have an allergic reaction, and sometimes I don't. And this is the longest that it's gone without no allergic reaction. I don't understand. But it's just like when I had my C-section. You know, it's like I got like funny skin. It's like my skin don't heal. It's just I don't know. I just don't know. But I just tell you this has never taken that long. I've had many ear infections in the same ear, or both, or one or the other, and I have never experienced anything like this. Never, ever, 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 never. Never. So, I don't know. My mother said, I think you should stop getting a pedicure. I'm like, girl, are you, girl, I almost said, girl, is you crazy? I said, no, I just tell her don't scrape my foot in that one spot where I need to have, where I got the tailor's bunion. I just tell her, don't scrape there. Don't scrape there. That area is sensitive. You know, I just tell her don't. And last time I had like a little callus there because I wasn't having them scrape there. But I've been putting stuff on my foot to keep my feet, you know, from cracking and building up that callus. But I told her don't scrape that, girl, because we're going to fight. So health-wise, on the health tip, my ear doesn't feel as bad. But I got all this pain here. In my back of my head, here, down here. And I feel and I sound nasally, you know. And I have a slight headache, you know. So somebody was asking me, I think it was Tamara, was saying, did I think getting my hair colored reactivated it? I don't think so. But, you know, again, my body is strange, so who knows? You know, who knows? Like I said, I've been wearing the eyelashes now for 2 weeks, every day. Not every day, but, you know, it's just weird. It's just really, really weird. You just never know. But yeah, my coworker sees me and they're like, you get here an hour early. Why you get here so early? I wouldn't get here that early. You don't start at 7. Because, baby, I don't like rushing in. I don't want to be riding around finding a parking space. Even when I worked all the way up north, I was never late except that one time. One time in 13 years, I've never been late. Never had a write-up. Never been suspended. Nothing. Nothing. That's like when this dumbass person got me into oh, you still in time from your job. Shut the fuck up. I really wish people would just shut up. Because y'all, some people on this app, on social media, period, and I said this and we're going to talk about this, they don't read, they don't listen, they don't know what the fuck they talk about. If you don't work here, you don't know what you're talking about. Just like we take a lunch, we don't get paid for lunch. You could clock in at 4 a.m. in the morning. They're gonna pay you for 7 to 3:30. It doesn't matter if I clock in at 6 o'clock and I don't start to 7. It don't matter because they're not gonna pay me for that time. Because that time does not go by our swipe. Our swipe is just to say we here and that we did not swipe in late. It's all about you being on time and you being late. That's it. Ain't got shit to do with you still in time. Nothing. That's why I say people who don't listen and don't know what they're talking about need to shut up. And speaking of that, and we're gonna move right along. The title of this video is gonna be, what is entitlement and worthiness? So if you were on the live last night, which we had a great live, thanks to all my mods, my moderators, and the people who participated, it wasn't like a huge number of people that watched me yesterday. I'm fine with that. We had to get rid of some people. We had to hide some people, but not many. So it seems as if, well, first of all, we had hid so many people that the numbers of views are not as high as they once were, because we got rid of a lot of people. Even though I think they can still watch, they cannot comment though. It's really, really sad that you cannot do a live stream dream without having to get rid of people that are mean and nasty. It's sad, but nevertheless, it is what it is. What was I gonna say? But anywho, if you watched the live last night, you would have seen me talking and explaining to you all about a situation that I was involved in. And I said, I know my worth. And I am worthy of all good things. This dumb person gets on the live, I believe. I think it was Meadow who said that he think that it was a girl because she was like, she called me, she was like, girl, please. But it's a lot of sassy dudes that be on these live streams and these platforms who are bitches. So I don't know if it was a girl or a guy, because the guys on social media act worse than the women. They so sassy and so bitchy-fied that I have come to realize that men have a pussy up under their balls. They have to. It's too many men on social media that are so in their feelings, and they are so in their feelings, and so, you know, so combative all the time. And I'm convinced that they have a pussy. And I'm not saying they got a pussy like that's a bad thing. I'm saying they got a pussy because they got to be on their period when they make the comments that they make. Because it's just weird that you as a grown man, that you so bitchy-fied, you know? But anyway, this person wrote, as I was explaining about being worthy of being treated right and being treated with respect, with being treated like the queen that I am, with being treated with somebody not abusing you and disrespecting you and talking to you any kind of way. This person gets on it right. Oh, you feel you entitled? By the fact that there are so many people in America that read at the 4th grade level, and that people have not learned as adults. They don't know what words mean, and that's concerning for me. That's concerning to me, because if you don't know what entitlement and worthiness means, if you don't know what the difference between those two, you need to go back and get an education, and you need to whoop the teacher's ass and all the staff at the school for passing you to the next grade level, because they failed you. They failed you. And so did your mother and your father, if you had one. Somebody in your life failed you that you don't know what the words mean and the difference between the words. And I realize a lot of people in our country have learning disabilities, all different types of disabilities. And here's the thing, I understand that because my son has a learning disability. But the difference is that when you have a learning disability and you know that you do have a learning disability, and you know that you have some challenges, you shouldn't try to challenge nobody. You should shut the fuck up. That's what you should do. You should shut the fuck up. You should listen. You should read. And you should try to learn how to comprehend. Because entitlement and worthiness is not the same thing. Let's be clear. Entitlement and worthiness is not the same thing. And if you are over the age of 25 and you do not know what that means, please let me explain it to you. And if you don't know and you still walking around not knowing what entitlement and worthiness mean, I want you to go and I want you to get a dictionary. And you don't even have to get a dictionary. Everybody got smartphones. You can say it in your phone. You can Google it. Because, we're in this age, in this era now. We're in this age and in this era now where nobody picks up a book. Everybody Googles everything. So Google it. Because the fact that you had the audacity to write that tells me a lot about your IQ. It tells me a lot about your intelligence and the lack of. When I said that I'm worthy, what that means is what I just said. Everybody on that live or to watch these car chats, you are worthy of respect. You are worthy of someone treating you right and not taking advantage of you and not disrespecting you. You are worthy of good treatment. You are worthy of good things. You are worthy. Entitlement is when you feel that you are entitled to something that you did not work for and that you do not deserve. Entitlement means that you feel that you should get things just because you are this, that, or the other. That's entitlement. Entitlement means that you haven't did a goddamn thing for it, but you feel justified in thinking that you ought to have it even though you've put in no work for it. Entitlement is when you feel like a dude should get your hair done or take you out to dinner just because, because you're an attractive woman. Entitlement means that you think that a man should pay your bills just because you all are in some type of relationship. Well, but I'm just saying, I thought we was doing this. So why can't you? That's entitlement. That's entitlement. Entitlement means that you feel that, no matter what, you don't have to do anything for it. That just because you're this, that, or the other, you should have it. Hold on, y'all. Let me go punch it in. lying. It's kind of scary. I'd be like getting in this car, parking over here to the side. All right, y'all. Let's see if Big Boy is in my spot. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Oh my God. Whew. While I'm thinking about it, yesterday when Wilma, one of my subscribers, and she's a moderator on my live, she called me yesterday and she told me that she had showed my picture to somebody or some people and asked them how old did they think I was, and they said 42. Anyway, entitlement is exactly what I just said. It's different from worthiness. If you are a woman or man and you allow someone or people to do things to you and treat you with little regard or no respect, you don't feel that you're worthy. I've said this before, you have to have low self-esteem to let somebody or someone or people treat you with disregard and disrespect. If you are a person that don't stand up for yourself, if you are a person that's always like, well, yeah, I know, but, well, that is a person who has low self-esteem. Women who let or what's the word I'm looking for? I've said this before. Anytime you I talked about this yesterday. Anytime you do or you let or you're doing something more than what that person is doing, or you're you going through their phone, you hate yourself. You hate yourself. If you love yourself, you're not going to let nobody treat you any kind of way. I am worthy of a man treating me good. That doesn't mean what he does for me financially. That does not mean what he does for me in doing something nice for me. I am worthy of you treating me with the high respect that I deserve. See, the way you show a person, I'm just going to use man and woman in relationships. Ladies, the way you show a man that you are worthy is by not putting up with his bullshit. Hey, your dick is good. I like having sex with you. I like what we're doing. I enjoy your company. But like I said last night about my ex-friend, when he would get in his funky ass moods, then the dynamics of our friendship would change. He didn't know how to treat me. He wanted to disrespect me when he wanted to disrespect me. And bitch, you can't disrespect me. And you damn for sure ain't gonna walk your black ass up on my motherfucking porch and ring the doorbell. And because I'm not at the door, think that you can talk to me any kind of way. And then you moody and you mad the whole night. And then I'm supposed to fuck you? And then you walk out of my house and you say some dumb shit that both of my neighbors' Ring cameras are picking up. I ain't never came to your house and did that. I ain't never came to your shit and walked out of your door loud talking, disrespecting you, and getting your neighbor's attention. Yeah, I know it was 3, 4 o'clock in the morning when he left, but the fact that you walked down my porch and down my walkway and was talking to me like I was some 2-bit whore that you had just picked up. Bitch, you came over here to my shit. This where I live. This where I pay a mortgage at. I live around these people. I don't have that kind of drama at my door. And what he didn't understand and what he failed to realize, that what he said, my Ring camera picked it up. And when I went back to look at the Ring camera, that's when I saw what he said. And I sent it to him. And I said, you ain't got to ever come back over here again. And I meant that. Because I don't disrespect you where you lay your motherfucking head. So why would you come and disrespect me where I lay mine? Why would you come to my house and embarrass me when I've never done that to you, when I've given you that respect? You're at my home. I ain't never been at yours. That was another problem I had with him too. And I kept on saying, you live with somebody? Now, supposedly, his brother was living with him, fell on hard times. I've been to his house several times. He don't know about it. Oh yeah, I've ridden just not too long ago. So I've been to his house. One time I went to his house and told him I was outside. Oh, he had a fit. Why you just pop up on me like that? Why you just pop? He wasn't even there. Why you having a fit? We've been in this situationship for almost over a year, and you having a fit that I'm at your house? Why? I didn't even go up to the door. I didn't even ring the bell. I sat out in front of, behind his car. He had another car. I sat there and I called him. He's like, I'm not there. I went to the store to get the dogs some cat food. I mean, not some cat food. I went to get the dogs some dog food. I'm not even there. Oh, but he was mad. And I was just as calm. He said, you know what? We ain't fucking no more. You know what? This shit is over with. I said, okay. I said, so we not fucking no more? No, we ain't. I'm sick of this shit. I said, okay. Click. Before I could make it back home, he was texting me. Man, what's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Why would you come over there? I said, why are you texting me? Didn't you say it was over with? I was going to call you, so I was going to come over there this morning and blah, 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 blah. And you just fucked my whole mood up. So then I went into the whole thing. I said, you know what? I said, we ain't been nowhere in a minute. We don't do nothing, blah, blah. I'm telling him all the time. This Friday, we going out. We going out. I'm going to prove to you that I don't have nothing else going on with nobody else. I'm going to prove to you. Okay. So when that Friday came, I hadn't heard from him all day. He works a job where he works 10 hours Monday through Thursday. And he has every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off, unless it's mandatory overtime at his job. So when Friday came, I hadn't heard from him all day. No text, no phone call. So when I got off work, I think at that time this particular time I got off at 2:30. So when I got off at 2:30, I texted him. I texted him. And I said, so what's up? I said, I ain't heard from you all day. You good? And then I said, are we still on? We still going out tonight? First of all, the fact that he hadn't called me all day and hadn't texted me I knew we weren't going. Because, kid you not, he always texts me first. Every day. Good morning. Have a good day. Have a wonderful day. I hope your day is good. Blah, 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 blah. I don't text men. I don't text men first. Because I don't never want a man to think that I'm chasing him down or I'm running him down. You know, if you want to talk to me, reach out to me. I don't reach out to people. I don't do that. There were very, very few times that I text him. Even if he came over to my house and he left in the morning, he would text me. He would text and say, I made it home. I would text back, okay. Then he would text again. Good morning again when he got up. If he went back to sleep or whatever he did. So when I didn't hear from him, I knew he was on some bullshit. So I just clearly texted him and said, what's up? Then he went into this thing about he got his tooth pulled. I went to the dentist this morning. I was supposed to be going just for a cleaning. And I went to the dentist and I had this tooth. And now he had another tooth pulled prior to when we first started talking. He had a tooth pulled. So he told me, he said, yeah, I had to give him a tooth pulled, one of my molars or something. So I ain't feeling the best. My mouth is sore. So I ain't gonna be able to eat or anything, you know, because he said, I'm in some pain. I said, oh. I knew he was lying. But I went on with the lie. And I said, oh. I said, okay. I said, well, I hope you feel better. He said, okay. He said, what you doing? I said, just got in from work. He was like, oh, he's like, okay. He said, well, he said, if I feel better, he said, my mouth is starting to come back to life. If I feel better, I'll call you and see if maybe we can go later. I said, no. I said, you need to just get you some rest and let your mouth, get better. He said, okay. So the next day was Saturday. We didn't get together and we didn't go out. We talked. The next day was Sunday. He texts me and he says, what you gonna be doing this afternoon? I'm gonna go to the gun range. And when I leave the gun range, I'll come over there and see you. I said, okay. So he went to the gun range and he came over after he left the gun range. And he came in. And I'm looking at him because his face wasn't swollen. None of that. I said, how your mouth feel? You feel a little better? Now, he did do this when he came over from the gun range. He brought food. He brought food. I don't remember what he brought, but he brought me some food. He texted me and said, did you eat? And I said, no. He said, well, I'm going to stop and get us something. What you want? And I don't remember what I said, but whatever it was that he brought, it wasn't fast food. He stopped at some restaurant or something, and he brought food. So we sat down, and we ate, and we talked, and he could have had his tooth pulled. I don't know. I didn't ask him, the motherfucker, to open up his mouth so I could see. But he ate. I didn't notice that him eating, trying to be careful. I did see that he wasn't, normally when we would go out to eat or he would eat, you know how men eat, how they just chomp down. He didn't do that. He was eating at a slower pace. So it could have been. I am not convinced that he didn't have something else going on with somebody else, because this man never wanted to. When we first got together, we first started back talking, we was going out. But then that changed. And my thing was, okay, I know we ain't in a real relationship or whatever you want to call it, because as far as I was concerned, it's a relationship. It may not have the title that boyfriend and girlfriend have, but it's that. So I got to the point where I felt like he didn't even want to be seen with me in public. And I would ask him that or say that to him. That's not true. That's not true. Okay, well, why we ain't never going out? Why we don't never go nowhere? So when he told me that he had this tooth pull and we wasn't going out, immediately I felt like he was lying. Not saying that he was, but I was pretty 99 point sure that he was, right? He ain't a bad dude, but he is a dude that he don't have no regard for how you feel. He can't connect emotionally with anybody. He just cannot. And this is why his marriage ended so abruptly, because he said, oh, I missed some things with her. No, she missed some things with you. Not saying that he didn't miss any with her, but obviously y'all missed some things within each other. So he's got this whole thing about, I'm never getting married again. I'm never getting married again. I don't want no relationship. I want to blah, 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 blah. Okay. Okay. But you can't treat me any kind of way. If you in a mood, let me tell y'all something. Right now, to this day, maybe not, we might still have been dealing and been talking. If he had just said the night that he was leaving the next day for his trip, if he had just said, Sherelle, I ain't in the best of mood. I got this going on. I got that going on. I'm not feeling the best. Whatever. I would have, to be honest with you, I probably would have been like a little upset that I didn't see him before he left. But I would have preferred had he not even come that night. That he had said, if he had said, let me see, when I come back or whatever. He could have stayed his punk ass at home. Because whatever the fuck was going on with him didn't have nothing to do with me. So I'm going to say this again. I know my worth. I know how I deserve to be treated. Because I don't treat you like that. Now he real done with me because of the way in which I cussed him out when I found out that he had blocked me. But see, that's another bitch move on his part. He real bitchy. He does not know how to communicate. He does not know how to solve issues in a relationship. He does not know how to come back and correct it and make it all right. He don't know how to do that. And this is why he's not in a marriage. Because you cannot be with somebody and disregard how they feel and what they say. You can't do it. I'm sure the way he treated me, he probably treated her worse. And that woman probably said, oh, here, look, listen here, motherfucker. Because from what I understand, from what the tea is in the street is that, she helped him in some situations in regards to his house. Ain't nobody gonna let you keep treating them any kind of way. Especially when you dealing with a woman like myself and like this woman who don't really need you for shit. So it's not like I don't have to take your shit. I'm not in that position where I need you to pay my mortgage. I'm not in that position where I need you to feed me and my kid. I do that. That's why I said a man can't come to me at this day and time and at this age and think he can run me. Motherfucker, I run myself. I run my own shit. See, we not the women from the 30s and 40s who did not work. That's not us. And men are not happy about that. Y'all are too independent. Y'all are this. No. We just ain't letting you come in and talk to us any kind of way because we don't have to take it. So, I'm not saying he a bad dude. I'm not saying that. But he's a loser in a lot of ways because he's very smart. He's very intelligent. But he does not know how to be a friend. He does not know how to be a husband. He does not know how to be a boyfriend. He doesn't know how. My point is this. I heard a minister say long time ago, years ago, he said to them, he was on a Christian radio show and they would talk about marriage. He said, if your marriage ends, talking to the men, he said, if your marriage ends, it's your fault. He said, it's your fault. He said, hands down, it's your fault as a man. He said, because you are the head and everything should align with you. So if you marry a woman and you broken, if you marry a woman and you have not, if you have not gotten some healing, if you marry a woman and you ain't got over past hurts, that shit ain't gonna work. And men get hurt too, just like women. They get hurt too. But instead of men dealing with their hurt, they go and hurt another woman. Because I'm almost 99 point sure that this woman that he was married to, she hurt him. What way she hurt him, I don't know. I don't know. But I can tell you this much, she did. And then again, maybe she didn't. But he is definitely against getting married again. And then he had the nerve to say he want a relationship or a marriage like his best friend and his best friend wife. I said, I don't know your best friend. I said, but seems to me you are not your best friend. In other words, you have to be that which you are seeking. You can't say you want this kind of relationship or that kind of relationship with a woman and you're not that man. I told him, I said, you moody as a fuck. And I've dealt with other men and had other relationships with other men that were very moody. And I'd be like, oh, you on your period today? You got PMS today? I've been with men who were extremely more moody than me when I was on my cycle. I told you, this one guy I was dealing with, I used to buy him maxi pads. I said, oh, you about to come on your period. That would piss him the fuck off. One time he called me, he cussed me out because I gave him some pads. I cussed him right back out. Why the fuck? I ain't no woman. Why the fuck would you get? Because you acting like one. You a bitch. And the same way with this dude. All that, I'm going to block your number. I'm going to block you. Every time we had an issue, every time it was something, he would block me. What grown-ass man does that? What grown-ass man blocks a woman that he's been in an intimate relationship with for over a year? What grown-ass man blocks somebody without saying, you know what? I'm done. I ain't talking to her no more. Do you know how many men pedal back this way? And I see that they calling or I see that they texting. One just text now that I used to deal with. He want us to go back to he want us to go back into something or whatever. I'll never fuck with you again. Did you forget what you did to me? Oh, because I haven't. I'll never fuck with you again. He texts us frequently. Last night, one of my exes, he called me all the time. But you chose somebody else over me. You thought that you deemed them more worthy than me and gave them a ring and married them. And now, you ain't as happy as you thought you was going to be. Sure, we can talk. We can be friends. We can talk. I ain't mad. I don't feel nothing. I love you as an individual, as a person, but I ain't in love with you. I was in love with him. I'm not in love with you. My point is what we said before. They always come back. You should have left in the first fucking place. But you thought you was going to get something better than what you had. And this guy that I'm telling you all about, he'll be back too. He just hasn't found the courage to come back. See, he hasn't found the courage. When he gets some courage and when he feel like, okay, it's been some months, it's been whatever, because it's coming up to a year. It's been some months. I'm going to see if I can. I'm not an easy woman to forget. I know what I do. And I know how I get down. I know the kind of loving I give. I'm not a woman that you can easily forget. Every last man I have ever dealt with have come back more than once. The married, the ones who got married, the ones who thinking about getting married, the ones that moved on and moved across town and moved to this state, the ones that dogged me, dragged me, treated me the worst, they all come back. Christopher sperm donor, right now, if I picked up the phone right now and told him, you know, I know it's been 18 years or 17 years, 18 really, because almost probably 19, because Chris is 17. If I called him right now he has me blocked too, because I cussed him out how he did Christopher. But if I was to call him right now from another phone and tell him, you know, I bought a house, you know, I know you down there in Kentucky, but I mean, you know, I was really thinking about you, and that motherfucker would be on a train. He'd probably leave all his shit and be back up here. And this ain't no braggadocious conversation or to brag on me. But see, when you know who you are and what you do and what you give, you understand why motherfuckers come back. Christopher sperm donor to this day is he don't do nothing for Christopher because of me. If I moved out the way and it was just Christopher, he would do for him. But he know he got to come through me. And the fact of dealing with somebody that he lost, that he wish he could have kept. Let me tell you a quick story. Christopher was about 2 or 3. And him and I would meet at this Burger King so he could have visitation with Christopher. Now, I was a lot smaller then. And we met up, and I had on these blue jeans. And they were extremely tight. And I went up to the counter to get Christopher some fruit punch. And he was holding Christopher while I went to get the fruit punch. And I saw him looking at me. And when I started walking back to the table, he said, damn. He was getting ready to say something about my ass, but I cut him off. I said, nah, we not doing that. Because, see, you had it. But you wanted to treat me fucked up. See, he thought, oh, you pregnant. You don't need me. Need you for what? He's 17. I made it on my own. Has it been easy? No. But I did it. I did it. Oh, he wanted me to fail. Oh, he gonna be in the gang. He gonna be this. He gonna be that. You gonna need me. You gonna call me. My hand to God. I ain't picked up that phone in 18 years to tell that bitch I needed him to come do nothing in regards to Christopher. I picked up the phone when Christopher had heart surgery. I picked up the phone when he said he was coming here to see him and he lied and didn't show up. But picked up the phone and asked you for what? To come discipline him? Bitch, I wish I would. I wish I would. And that's another thing that bothers him. You don't need me. She don't need me. I don't. So, understand what your worth is and when it comes to you talking about entitlement. If you don't know what your worth is, you're in trouble. I knew at 3 months pregnant what my worth was. See, it was no longer just about me. It was about another individual that I was bringing into life. I put that motherfucker out. It's in my shit. You moved up in my shit. I ain't got to go a motherfucking place. But your bitch ass do. And you're gonna. Oh, he was furious. What you mean I gotta leave? Get your motherfucking shit and get the fucking stepping, bitch. I don't want you no more. We finna have a baby. Nah, motherfucker, I'm finna have a baby. You finna get the fuck on. 18 years, that bitch I ain't never let that bitch come back. And he's tried to. What did he do? He thought, oh, I'm gonna hurt her. I'm gonna go get married. So before Christopher was even born, what was I, 6 months pregnant? 8 months pregnant? Because I had helped him. I had helped him get a job at the University of Chicago. Excuse me. So I had to be 6 months pregnant. I was big though. He went and he went and married some woman that was 3 years younger than his mama. He couldn't even wait until the baby was born. He went and married this woman. This bitch called me up. As if I fucked around with her husband and got pregnant. Bitch, I was already pregnant when you got with him. So he did that, thinking that would infuriate, that would hurt me. Motherfucker, I don't care if you go out here and marry this tree. I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't care what he could have came with a whole bunch of money. I was never fucking with him again, because I shouldn't have fucked with him in the first place. So to fuck with you again, the fact that I fuck with you period, and I'm gonna fuck with you again when I should have never been with you in the first place, I make it make sense. Fuck with you again when I should have fucked with you in the first place. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Some of these people that come back, you should have never fucked with them to begin with. You should have never fucked with them to begin, so why would you take them back? Should have been there in the first place. You got an opportunity and a chance to get away from them, and now you gonna go back? If you got out the first fucking time, stay out. Fuck, you keep letting people come back for that ain't worthy of you. Know your worth. I don't care if you a man or a woman looking at this. Know your motherfucking worth. And stand on that shit. I don't give a fuck who get mad. I don't care. Anthony been mad. Christopher's daddy been mad for 18 years. Bitch, you gonna be all right. You gonna stay mad. You gonna be mad till you leave this motherfucking earth. Because I promise you, I will lick a woman's coochie before I ever fuck with you again. And that's extreme. He has the nerve to say that to me. Oh, if I ain't know no better, I think you a lesbian. I said, I wish. I wish, because I would have never fucked with you. So, if you don't know what entitlement means and what worthiness means, and you a grown-ass adult, you gonna stay in some fucked up situations. So to the girl or the guy who wrote that comment, you dumb, you slow, you stupid. Stop licking the motherfucking window. Stop bumping your head up against the window with that motherfucking helmet. Get the fuck off the short bus. Because if you didn't understand what I was saying last night, you fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked up. And this is exactly why y'all are in the situations that y'all continue to be in, because you don't know the difference between worthiness and entitlement. And that is fucking sad. I knew my worth. I knew my worth at 4 months pregnant. I knew my fucking worth. Did I fuck up? Did I mess up dealing with a bum, getting with a bum? Hell yeah. And I paid the price for that. When I put that motherfucker out, he almost lost his goddamn mind. I don't even think that baby is mine. That's okay. You can't make it without me. Have and did. I bought a house. You live in a apartment building that is almost condemned. You live in an apartment building where another woman is paying your rent. You live somewhere down in the bayou or the wilderness in an apartment. He was never on my level. He was never. He tried to talk about me. Oh, you got a job working behind a garbage truck dumping garbage. Yeah, I do. But when I leave this job, I'm gonna have a pension. What are you gonna have? What are you gonna have? You on SSI, and you lied to say that you got some mental issues. That part you didn't lie about, because you do. He know I bought a house because his mama told him. His sister told him. You're right. I did work behind the garbage truck. I worked behind the garbage truck to feed my son. He had the nerve one day to say to me, our son. I said, our who? Our what? You know, our son. Our who? Who? You mean my son? That has my last name? My son who's on my health insurance? You mean my son who I have fed and clothed and bought toys for, and you've done nothing? Who? We got a what together? He got quiet. No, we don't have shit together. I don't talk to his mother no more. I never call her. I never check up on her like I used to after she cussed at me about his stupid ass. When you all are the ones who set this shit in motion, I don't have nothing to say to her. I ain't gonna disrespect you, but I'm gonna stay the fuck away from you. Because the same way you feel about your son is how I feel about mine. I don't give a damn if you are the grandma. Because I ain't never disrespected you. Never. But your son has disrespected my mother. Call my mother all kinds of bitches. To my mama's face. My mother talks to his mother. They talk. And you know, my mother don't hold that against her. But he an ignorant son of a bitch. But you gonna curse at me? You gonna call me crazy? And this motherfucker ain't did, your son who you birthed ain't did nothing for his son? Okay, I got you. So I think the last time I talked to her was on Mother's Day. Now, his auntie, who I do talk to, we supposed to be giving, because her son and Chris, they graduate next year. And we supposed to be giving them a graduation party at my house. I know she's going to come. And we just going to move on. We just going to. But I'm not calling you because I don't want to hear nothing about your punk ass son. I don't want to hear nothing about your son. I don't want to hear nothing about what's going on with him because I don't give a fuck. Because if he died tomorrow, I would call you and give you my condolences. But I wouldn't step my black ass up in no funeral home to look down on his punk ass. Because I don't give a fuck about him. If he gets sick, whatever. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Same way I feel about the Charlie Kirk is the same way I feel about him. And I got and my son got part of his DNA. I don't give a fuck about you. Because I didn't do you wrong. And I know I didn't. And when you know you haven't done somebody wrong, you don't feel no type of way. The dude that I was just telling y'all about, that was my friend. I didn't do him wrong. I didn't do him wrong. I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. I will leave you alone before I hurt you. I will leave you the fuck alone before I hurt you. Because it ain't no need for me to hurt you when I could just simply leave you alone. What? I mean, what's the point? What's the point? You mean tell me I can't leave you alone? No, I'm going to leave you alone. God bless you. So I know my worth. I knew my worth a long time ago. Have I always walked in my worth? No. But at this point in my life, I'm not taking bullshit off of no man. About to call them the N-word. You know, because that's what we as black folks, that's how I talk to my girlfriends. I'm not taking no bullshit off of no man. I'm not letting no man run all over me because I like him. I'm not letting you talk to me any kind of way. Because when I allow you and I start letting you talk to me any kind of way, then you want to put your motherfucking hands on me. And I'm going to have to kill you. So you can't walk out of my door and tell me you should have let me hit. You should have let me bust this nut. Who the fuck you think you talking to? You got me fucked up. So, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not starting that. We're not doing that shit. You're not gonna think that you can say anything to me. No. Yeah, did it hurt when he did what he did and then he didn't even call me back or text back and say I'm sorry? When he blocked me, when he just dropped me, yeah, it hurt. But see, you never know when you're going to have to come back this way and need me for any motherfucking thing. So it's all right. It's all good. But I can tell you this. This is what I know. You ain't going to find better. Because you ain't right. Like I told my ex, hey, you know, it is what it is. You chose it. Because it sure wasn't nothing that I did to make you, leave. You did that on your own because you thought it was better. Found out, fucked around and found out it wasn't. I can't do shit with you. It's over. Just like the other dude that just texted. I know it was 20-some years ago when you did what you did. But I ain't forgot that shit. You still that man. The year has changed, but you haven't. Yeah, we can talk. The whole time I had this ear infection, this one that I'm talking about, this is another one. He has texted, called, you need anything, you okay? I appreciate that. But I know your agenda. I know you're trying to fuck again. I know that's what you're trying to do. And I'm not fucking with you like that. Because when I gave you me, you took advantage. When I gave you all of me, when I was down with you, when I was rocking and riding with you, hey, you same thing. Same thing. He broke up with me for another girl. She ended up dying. But you just had to have her. Because she had money. And she was taking you on vacations and all of this bullshit. You still ain't married nobody. You still by yourself. You still in the same situation you was when you decided that you was gonna play me for her. Same thing. But you thought you was getting better. And you fucked around and found out. And it's been 20 some years. And you still peddling back this way? You still trying to get some pussy this way? I mean, you can't get no pussy from somebody else? You still trying to fuck me after 20 years? The other one, you still trying to fuck me after 14 years? I must be a bad bitch. Goddamn right I am. It's been 18 years and you still mad? You won't do for your son because I won't fuck with you? Okay. Okay. All right. Cause I mean, goddamn, all these women in the world, you know, you wanted to fuck around on me when I was with you. So what's the problem? Yeah, remember when we, I don't remember none of that. How you remember it? It's been 20 years. How you remember that? I see you out and you come running across the room. I ain't lying. Girl, how you doing? I'm so glad to see you. Hey, what's up? I saw him at a party over the summer. The Negro been texting and calling me since the summer. Remember when we... I don't remember. You don't remember when we... When we do that? Girl, you don't remember when we... You sure that was with me? I know I left a lasting impression. I know. How you remember that shit? Remember when we slid down the pole? Man, you had my motherfucking nose open. But you cheated. You chose another woman over me. But I had your nose open. Oh, okay. He still ain't married either. Aha! The other one, they dogged me. He had opened up 6 Facebook pages to be my Facebook friend. I block all of them. He saw me at a party this past summer too. Here he comes. I stopped him before he got to me. I gave him a look. Bitch, don't come over here. Send me an inbox message on Facebook. Hello, Miss Cotton. Hello. I wrote back, I thought you was dead. What fuck you want? So, if you remember shit that we did 20 years ago or 13 years ago or 14 years ago, You still thinking about me. This last one, he ain't had the courage yet. But when he finds some courage, or if he see me and I'm nice to him, he'll come back. He'll want to come back. You got to pay a re-entry fee to come back. And you ain't got it. You don't have it. And the fact that you don't have it means that you need to stay outside on the other side of that door and leave me the fuck alone and stop wasting my goddamn time. With that being said, I know my worth. I ain't entitled to shit. But I am worthy of you treating me right. And if you can't treat me right, I'm not fucking with you. I don't give a damn who you are. Just like my friend. I hadn't talked to her in months. When we stopped talking, saw her. We was kumbaya and saw her and everything. Now she calling. Yeah. Because I know what kind of friend I was to you. You know you had my loyalty. You know how I treated you as a girlfriend, as a friend, as a homie. I don't treat people fucked up. I ain't saying I don't make mistakes. I'm not saying I always get it right. I don't. But I ain't gonna hurt you when I like you. I'd rather leave you the fuck alone before I hurt you. I'll walk the fuck away from you before I hurt you. And I say I like you. I ain't even got to the love part. I just like you. On the rip of like. That's why I said last night, he did not like me. Because when you like somebody, you show up. And when you don't show up for me, you don't like me. You like what I'm giving you, but that don't mean you like me. Big difference. So all you people that don't know what entitlement and worthiness mean, go look it up. And if you didn't learn it today from what I said, go look it up. Before you get on somebody's video talking about, oh, you feel like you entitled. Bitch, shut up. Go back to motherfucking school. Start at kindergarten. Because at kindergarten, they know what entitlement and worthiness mean. Some of you all get on people's live streams and videos and you just sound completely dumb. Dumb. You don't listen, you don't read, and you don't comprehend. Therefore, you fucked up. And that's why you where you at. But I gotta go, y'all. Y'all have a good, blessed day. I'll see you on here tomorrow, Throwback Thursday. And we're going to chop it up tomorrow, okay? Have a good day. Okay, peace and blessings. And my shirt says, I am a multitasker. I can listen, ignore, and forget all at the same time. All right, y'all. Have a good day. I'll see you all later. I plan to come on live later, so check out the live later on, okay? All right. Peace and blessings. Bye.